Yo kids, we're all zoomed in here, I don't know why. Some residue of bygone times when we're getting so wasted, high on highs. Now I'm just coming out to record my homies. What the fuck is this, man? Hello. Hey yo, check this out. This is how we're preparing for all the scans. Testing them.
Ez nem ide? Szóval, hogy itt van elvágva egy ilyen háromszög, és akkor itt ez a lemez.
Itt a hegesztési varratnál.
És akkor ez ugye azt beszéltük, hogy ez itt van toltója be. És akkor ezt mondtam, így gondoltam a trapézt.
Akkor ezt innen csináljam leginkább ezt a...
Aha.
When we scan shit, it's not always perfect, so, or most of the time, while we're building out the algorithms, it's mostly imperfect. So I need to work out the edges. Got a separate facility for that. I'll show you in detail, we'll set it up. Man, you need 5, you can barely use 1. Yeah, so show you guys in detail. We'll set this up on the portal to show you the whole process. Sok a hajad ide, Doki, nem? One day this will be robotized, but till then it's up to us to do the job, huh? We had it projected out. Yeah. So then we got the outline, so we're gonna fill it in with color.
Productive activities are both the productive expenditure of human brains, muscles, nerves, hands, etc. And in this sense, both human labor. They are merely two different forms of the expenditure of human labor power. Of course, human labor power must itself have attained a certain level of development before it can be expended in this or that form. But the value of a commodity represents human labor pure and simple, the expenditure of human labor in general. And just as in civil society, a general or a banker plays a great part, but man as such plays a very mean part, so here too the same is true of human labor. It is the expenditure of simple labor power, i.e. of the...
Das Kapital. Kids, boys, girls, adults, elders, and youngsters. Feeling this burning desire to bite down on something that I feel is worthy of my attention in the long run. Because building robots doesn't solve any social hiccups that we encounter by itself. Like technology, development of technology, if the progress of a society is hindered by political interests, then what do we do with the robots? Like, it doesn't solve. If I can produce 5 million robots, but if it just furthers the concentration of wealth, in the hands of a few, then I really haven't achieved anything, have I? Anything meaningful. So I'm thinking about the recipe for life. I was like thinking in terms of billions of people, giving them a recipe for life is a bit daunting at this stage. But like 10 million, small country like Hungary, to free people here through technology and reweaving the social construct, that seems attainable, and that could serve as a model. Like-minded individuals can globalize it. It's super interesting to me. How do we do it? How much of the industries do we rebuild, and how much do we use what currently is in terms of stuff? Like stuff, people needing stuff. What is stuff made of? It's awesome, man. Maybe like 3 million. Maybe 3 million. One would be a recipe. No, one would not as in one person, but one solution. One. This is how I picture it. You turn 18 or 20 or whatever, and you get your, I don't know, I'm thinking about what to call it. You get your setup for life. What do you need? You're gonna need a toothbrush every 2 months or 3 months, or I don't, like there's a lot of, like a huge lot of intricacies that goes into this. What do you need? You need a lawnmower, or do you? Or does your lawn need mowing? See, it's not the same, because if you need a lawnmower, everyone needs a lawnmower. But if your lawn needs mowing, the community needs X lawnmowers that mow the lawn. So technology can help us have fewer things, because now there's a huge redundancy within communities. Like everyone doesn't mow their lawn on the same day. Most days, everybody's lawnmower is sitting in the shed. Don't get hung up on the lawnmower. Same goes for a lot of things. And you need food, like calories. How many calories per person per day? Okay, then you extrapolate that to a community, like a city, and then to a county, and then a country, and you go from there. And yeah, it's super exciting. So you turn 18, and you would be presented with this recipe. You would get X amount of land, and it means to harness energy sources, like depending on geographical location, water, currents or tides or sun or wind, whatever. You get your quota. But for this, for you to understand me, you have to know that I picture the world in the future, like 2050, where human input is almost completely worthless into the process of changing form of matter. So production. And I don't mean humane services like psychology and care for each other, not like that, but to reshape the planet physically. Human labor will be, the value of it will be drastically less than it is now. And that's the way to go. That's just how it is. You can be sad about it, you can be mad about it, you can shout at the screen looking at me while I'm talking about it, but it won't change a thing, man. It won't change a thing. Only deep thoughts and execution will do anything to alter the course of the future. So if you don't like something, then get to studying and formulate a plan and then execute. And keep at it till you die, because otherwise you didn't even really believe in it in the first place, did you? If you're not willing to give your life for it. So, yeah, that's my plan, man. That's my plan to devise this recipe and the means to produce it. Because let's say we need, let's say some people will live together, so they don't need that many. But let's say in a country of 10 million, we need 3 million, 2 or 3 million such units. So, okay, a factory, let's say, produces 500 units. In a city, size of Szeged, where I'm currently residing, 180,000, that takes a year. 500 units a day, if we wanted to furnish or equip the whole city with the recipe, with the individual units, then it would take a year. But that's obviously a huge fucking factory, because you need the house. Musk is taking care of cars, that's good. If I have ideas to help him, I will, because yeah, that's a monster task in and of itself. Yeah, so calculate the right economies of scale, because you don't want to be producing a fuckload of stuff at the same place at the same time, because obviously not at the same time, because processes are linear. You can duplicate them and make it a parallel production, but either way, even linearly in consecutive time frames that follow each other shortly, it would cause congestion in the logistics of getting those goods to the end use points in space. Transportation is what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you need to think about how to separate it, and how to hit the right economies of scale, of not too much in one place but not too little, so that there's redundancy among factories. Yeah. I was thinking about this last night, thinking a lot about it actually, of how I'm gonna design software that takes into account an inventory of parts, and you specify a function, an objective function of a machine, but mostly an outcome that you want to achieve. Like when you want corn harvested, your objective function isn't to build a harvester. It is because you associate corn being harvested with a harvester machine, but really your objective function is harvested corn. And as long as we limit ourselves with our past beliefs, which are manifest in current solutions, it might close doors off to novel ideas of solving these problems. But in order to arrive at these solutions, we have to frame the problems properly. And the problem isn't the non-existence of the machine that carries out that function. It's rather this state of the end product not being what we want it to be. It's a subtle difference, but there's one layer of innovation separating it. Might not make much sense. I'll talk about this in a much more concise way, but I'm just making breakfast, and I was like, oh, how can I learn more about it? So I was like, yeah, Das Kapital, I haven't read it, haven't had it, so I knew it was about something similar to this, and I started listening to it, and I'm like, hold up, this is cool, a lot of terminology, I can make mine from here, and see what thoughts people have already put into it. But what is different now is semiconductors, man. It's semiconductors. That makes. I feel like most people, well, like 99.99% of people, do not understand the difference it makes. Like, truly. On the surface level, they might be like, yeah, technology the advancement of technology and digital computing has put humanity on a different trajectory towards the future. Yeah, you might be able to say that with your mouth and think it at that level, but do you know what this means down the line? It means that our thinking power, thought power, and exertion of energy is going to be worth almost zero soon. And if we don't reshape society, it will affect the majority of society in a negative way. That's my 2 cents. And until I'm disproven in this belief of mine, I'm going to be spending my time thinking about solutions to counter it. Currently I'm thinking like 10 billy, 10 Bs, 10 large ones to start this up properly. And then, yeah, but I don't need to have the 10 at once. By the time I have 2, I start working on a 5-year plan and incrementally introducing like two Bs each year. At first the plan has to be pretty solid, like sources for the raw materials established, because manufacturing most things is not too difficult, because you just need more stuff to make stuff. You need machines, and machines are made of stuff, but you need the stuff. And it's easy to get stuck on getting the stuff. Like if we don't have the stuff, the raw materials to build out factories, then we're fucked either way. So yeah, need a few large ones to invest. I've got quite a good idea on how the raw material supply works from my past of trading metals in the thousands of tons. Obviously we'll be talking higher quantities here, but still got an idea. And I was thinking, like, now I'm trading ICs and chips and components by the pallets. So I'm like, wow, that's cool, because we need those. We need shitloads of those. This is gonna be a story. This is gonna be fucking wild, man, when it gets told that what we accomplish here in this small country, how we show the world that even though you get it from underground and bring it over ground and paint it in a different color, it still don't make it any less part of the planet, and don't make it any less belonging to the people who populate the planet. Anyways, eggs going cold, bacon's drying out, so I'm going to indulge with the homies and keep thinking about this. I'm going to go home soon and work an Iron Rainbow, because the first large one we got to make. So this is just dreaming at this stage, man. We need concrete plans, tactics, which I got down in Iron Rainbow, then in robotics, or simultaneously Iron Rainbow and robotics, and then in industrial automation controllers, and then in software that takes a list of components and arrives, or you specify a function and it gives you a path for the current to traverse in the circuit that will result in your end goal. And armed with the funds with which society rewards such achievements, I can reinvest that into the betterment of our lives, all of ours. That's how it goes, man. One life, might as well make it as meaningful as you can. Ooh, yes, right, yeah, fuck yeah. The reason why you might not see me too excited right now is because it's still a morning time, but still, man, this is a beautiful life.